Shedeur Sanders, he is the most popular player in Cleveland right now. And according to the NFL numbers, he has the #1 selling jersey in the NFL. He is the most popular player in the draft, and that is by numbers.
Shedeur Sanders haters are straight up choking after he crushed every QB in jersey sales.
And I think that number is just going to become soar and soar.
Yeah, well, apparently $250 million worth of people disagree with him because he hasn't even played an NFL snap yet. But somehow, he just made every proven QB look like a clearance rack at Walmart. Maybe next time, they'll check the resume before throwing shade at the most unbothered rookie in football.
The people who are fueling it are people who might want him to slide down the board.
The NFL world is buzzing, and not for the reasons analysts expected. Right now, every hater, critic, and so-called expert is trying to wrap their heads around the same uncomfortable truth. Shedeur Sanders, a fifth-round rookie who hasn't played a single down in the league, just pulled off one of the most staggering feats in recent NFL history.
He has the highest selling jersey in the NFL for the rookies. #1.
His jersey sales have officially hit $250 million. Yes, you heard that right. Not in projections, not over a 5-year career. That's real, confirmed revenue before he's even taken a snap.
Popularity. His fan base is not going to leave him. You can book it, write it, put it in.
Now, this isn't just a case of fans showing excitement for a new player. This is a full-blown market frenzy, and Shedeur is at the center of it, leaving behind a long trail of confused analysts and bruised egos. Because if there's one thing NFL insiders thought they understood, it was the idea that rookies needed to earn their worth on the field. But here's Shedeur, walking in as the 144th overall pick, selling more jerseys than the league's biggest names ever did in their rookie seasons.
You are the father!
Fairly or unfairly, one thing is for sure. He's the most polarizing quarterback prospect in this year's NFL draft. Hell, he might be the most polarizing QB in the last decade.
And we're not talking about nobodies here. Let's put this in perspective. Patrick Mahomes, the face of the modern NFL. Joe Burrow, the guy who practically turned Cincinnati into a movement. And Tom Brady, who needs no introduction. Not one of them reached this kind of jersey sales peak during their first year. In fact, many of them had to win playoff games, earn MVPs, or pull off miracle comebacks before they saw anything close to this level of attention. Meanwhile, Shedeur has already outpaced them all, not after a breakout season, but before preseason even started.
#1, Shedeur Sanders. #2 is Travis Hunter, and #3 is Cam.
Of course, this has left a lot of critics scrambling for explanations, and when logic fails, they fall back on the usual excuse. It's because he's Deion Sanders' son. As if having a famous last name automatically guarantees $250 million in retail sales.
Rod for debate in NFL scouting circles and media talking heads. Today,
but here's what they keep missing. A name might open doors, but it doesn't convince hundreds of thousands of fans across the country to spend over $100 on a jersey. That kind of support doesn't come from legacy. It comes from connection. And clearly, Shedeur's managed to connect in a way the NFL hasn't seen in years.
He is a player who's going to test the patience of NFL teams for better or worse.
The numbers get even more uncomfortable for the skeptics when you look at what Shedeur actually earned. According to estimates, around $15 million of that $250 million landed directly in his pocket. That's more than what many rookie quarterbacks make in salary for their entire first year. And this isn't some endorsement deal or long-term contract. This is money made purely off of fan demand. The kind of income that turns a fifth-round draft pick into one of the league's most valuable personal brands before the season opener.
The conversation around him isn't just about his skills. It's about his father, his maturity, and whether he can thrive under the immense scrutiny that follows him into the league.
What's even more frustrating, at least for those still trying to discredit him, is that Shedeur didn't need any special treatment to get here. There was no NFL marketing campaign driving his name, no official hype train from ESPN or NFL Network. In fact, most draft experts didn't even put him in their top 5 quarterback rankings. And yet, his jersey outsold every other player in his class. He didn't ask the league to crown him, he simply let the numbers speak. And fans responded louder than anyone expected.
Journey to the NFL has been a lot different than the average son of a Hall of Famer. Born in Tyler, Texas, he was raised in the football world under the shadow of his father, Deion Sanders.
And still, there's resistance. You've got scouts and commentators clinging to criticisms from months ago, calling him cocky, overconfident, or too flashy. But the truth is, those takes are aging terribly. Because while they were busy labeling him, Shedeur was busy building something that has the NFL's marketing machine completely stumped. He's not just a quarterback at this point, he's a brand. And judging by the numbers, that brand has a stronger fan base than entire franchises.
Sanders quickly proved he was more than just Deion's son. He substantiated that he was the favorite son, the good son.
Let's also not forget the most important part. He hasn't even played yet. No touchdowns, no post-game interviews, no rookie moment of the year, nothing. And still, the public has already decided who they're backing. That kind of early momentum is rare in sports. It's even rarer in football, where rookies are usually seen as unknowns, especially when they're drafted outside the first or second round. But Shedeur flipped that script entirely. The minute his jersey dropped, it sold, and it kept selling, and it hasn't stopped since.
Has been widely praised for his leadership.
And let's get one thing straight right now. People didn't suddenly become Cleveland Browns fans overnight. That's not what happened. What happened is far more interesting and far more embarrassing for the old guard still trying to act like they run the narrative. Because those weren't just Browns jerseys flying off shelves.
He is here to stay when it comes to popularity. What is his jersey number going to be? 2?
They were Shedeur Sanders jerseys. And if you ask the people wearing them, they were very clear about it. One fan said it loud enough for the league to hear. "I'm not a Browns fan. I'm a Shedeur Sanders fan." That's the difference. This wasn't about team loyalty. This was about individual belief. Fans weren't waiting for Shedeur to get a starting job or a primetime spotlight. They'd already seen enough. They didn't need permission from analysts to decide who was worth backing.
You know, Shedeur, hey, he looks really good. It would be awesome to have him. He lied to me.
Man, listen, Shedeur is, we talked about it, Earl. He's talented. Like, he has all the talent and the ability you want. He has the leadership qualities you need.
And for the people who still think this is just hype or the aftermath of some flashy social media moment, try again. Go look at who's buying these jerseys. It's not just Ohio. It's not just football diehards. It's high school students in Florida. It's sneakerheads and stylists in Los Angeles. It's content creators, athletes, families, and fans who finally feel like there's someone worth rooting for who isn't handpicked by the NFL machine. This isn't about Shedeur being famous. It's about him being real.
That Shedeur Sanders, over the course of the next 10 months, will be the starting quarterback for...
Especially not when it comes to the black community that saw what Shedeur was doing and instantly recognized the significance. They weren't buying jerseys for style points. They were buying them as a statement. This wasn't just another rookie quarterback entering the system. This was a representation that felt personal.
From you putting yourself out there, but when you embrace it,
For so long, black quarterbacks have been boxed into cliches. Either you're a runner with raw talent, or you're a project that needs years of coaching to catch up. But Shedeur didn't fit those outdated labels, and he didn't wait around to be labeled correctly. He redefined the conversation without saying a word. The jersey became a symbol of ownership, of pride, of finally seeing someone break through without compromise. That's why this isn't just some viral trend or flash-in-the-pan moment. This is a cultural shift that moved faster than media coverage could keep up with. Shedeur didn't need the NFL's marketing push, and he definitely didn't need help from overpaid consultants sitting in New York boardrooms. While they were busy debating his draft position, fans had already declared their verdict. And unlike the league's usual campaigns, this one didn't come with ad dollars or corporate sponsors. It came from the people, from barbershops and tailgates, from group chats and TikTok threads, from the ground up, not the top down. That's why it's sticking, because it didn't have to be forced.
He still threw for 3,200 yards, 27 touchdowns, and just 3 picks, showing a lot of efficiency even in the midst of a lost season.
And let's be very clear about one thing the haters keep trying to twist. This is not Deion Sanders' shadow we're watching. If anything, Shedeur walked straight through it and made his own lane. People forget this kid broke records at Jackson State. He didn't show up as a name. He showed up and put in work. Then he transferred to Colorado and threw up a stat line that silenced every narrative that was supposed to bury him. 4,134 passing yards, 37 touchdowns, 74% completion, and he did all of it behind one of the worst offensive lines in college football.
His second season at Colorado further cemented his status as a legitimate NFL prospect, leading the Buffaloes to an impressive 9-4 record. He threw for 4,134 yards and 37 touchdowns while winning the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award.
And speaking of dragging, let's talk about who was calling the plays. Pat Shedeur. Yes, that Pat Shedeur. The man who's made more offenses unwatchable than any coordinator in recent memory. And still, Shedeur only threw 3 interceptions the entire season. You want to talk about discipline, IQ, and pocket awareness? Try doing that under a collapsing pocket with a coordinator who still thinks it's 2005. Most quarterbacks would have been broken by that setup. Shedeur turned it into a case study on how to thrive in chaos.
His ability to diagnose defenses, stay poised in the pocket, and throw with accuracy stood out. He's not the most physically gifted quarterback in the draft, but his ability to process information and make the right reads made him look like a pro-ready signal caller.
Yet critics still ran with the nepotism card, like it was some kind of gotcha moment, as if the numbers didn't exist, as if fans were too blind to see the difference between hype and performance. But the truth is, while everyone else was focused on who his father was, Shedeur was too busy leading Colorado to a winning season. This was a team that went 1-11 the year before. Let that sink in. And he didn't just improve them, he made them relevant. He put them in the national spotlight. He made people care again, and not with flash, with production. So no, fans aren't fooled. They're not hopping on a bandwagon. They're done waiting for the league to tell them who to believe in. They've seen the numbers. They watched the games. They saw Shedeur keep throwing strikes while getting hit on nearly every down. And they saw a player who didn't just survive the pressure, he thrived in it.